Salve omnes. Welcome to this video lesson, and we are looking at Capitulum Primum, Chapter 1, and Section 3 today. The title of this section is Litterae et Numeri. Now in the picture we can see a tabula or tabella, a tablet, a wax tablet. This is made of wood, I think usually maple. They carved out a cavity in it and then would melt wax into that. Often the back underneath the wax was darkened. It made it show up better when you scratched into the wax with your stylus. You can see a stylus in the picture with a pointy end on one side that you write with, and then the wide end on the other, kind of like an extra wide flathead screwdriver or something like that. You would use that wide flat end to smooth out the wax again. In the warmer temperatures of Italy and with the natural beeswax, I think, which they had prepared in this way, it would do pretty well. Modern paraffin wax is a little hard to smooth out like that, but this is how they used the tablets for writing, and various people use these for temporary writing, but especially Roman students. And we see the Roman numerals 1, 2, and 3, then we see A, B, C, or in Latin A, B, K, and then we see the Greek letters alpha, beta, gamma. Now notice alpha and beta look like A and B. That's of course because A and B, the Roman alphabet versions, came from the Greek alphabet, or more specifically from the Etruscan alphabet, which came from the Greeks. All right, let's look at the story. Litterae et numeri, letters and numbers. Unus et duo numeri sunt, 1 and 2 are numbers. Now in the margin you can see the Roman numerals for 1, 2, and 3, and then the words unus, duo, and tres. Tres quoque numerus est, 3 also number is, or 3 is also a number. Unus, duo, tres numeri Romani sunt. 1, 2, 3 are Roman numbers. Unus et duo sunt parvi numeri. 1 and 2 are small numbers. Notice that numerus, singular, has the plural ending of a long I, numeri. And notice again, as we've seen before, that the adjective parvus has to change to parvi to agree with the plural numeri. All right, and then it shows us this weird symbol. It looks like a C, and then an I, and then a backward C. This was a Roman symbol that was adapted from the Greek letter phi, which looks like a line with a circle kind of around the center of it. But that symbol for the Greeks meant 1,000, and so the Romans took this on, and then eventually they morphed it into the capital letter M, because that made a lot better sense for them, because mille was their word for 1,000. So when we do Roman numerals, we use the M, not this funky other symbol here. But originally the Romans did use this strange symbol for 1,000. So basically this is mille, 1,000, is a big number. A et B litterae sunt. A and B are letters. K quoque littera est. C is also a letter. And one thing I'll just quickly point out here, K is not K in English, right? K in Latin is C. To say the letter K in Latin, you say ka. Okay? So K is C, ka is K. A, B, K, A, B, C, are sunt tres litterae, 3 letters. A es littera prima. A is the first letter. B, littera secunda. B, the second letter. K, littera tertia. C, the third letter. Gamma, littera graeca est. Gamma is a Greek letter. Now gamma looks like an upside down L. At least this is the capital gamma. The lowercase gamma looks kind of like a Y, a lowercase y in English. But the capital gamma, again, it's like an upside down capital L. So gamma is a Greek letter. K es litera latina. C is a Latin letter. K et D literae latinae sunt. C and D are Latin letters. Gamma et delta sunt literae Graecae. Gamma and delta are Greek letters. Now delta, the capital delta, and the lowercase delta is kind of like RD, but just more cursive-y looking. But the capital delta looks like a triangle, right? And this is where we get river delta from, the kind of triangular shape that the river mouth makes as it's flowing out into the sea. Gamma, for curiosity's sake, is from Gemel, which is the old Semitic root for camel, and it's supposed to look like a camel's head. The Greek letters that again morphed into Etruscan and then into the Latin alphabets, the Greek letters themselves came from the Phoenician alphabet, which is closely related to the Hebrew alphabet. Phoenicians invented the alphabet in the Middle East. Although the Phoenicians and the Hebrew people did not develop vowels, so all of their letters were consonants. But in Greek and in Latin alphabets, they used some of the letters for vowels, some for consonants. Continuing on in line 71, fluvius et oppidum vocabula latina sunt. River and town, or specifically the word fluvius and the word oppidum, are Latin words. Ubi quoque vocabulum latinum est. Ubi, or in other words, where, is also a Latin word. In vocabulo ubi, in the word ubi, sunt tres literae, there are 3 letters. In capitulo primo, 1000 vocabula sunt. In the first chapter, there are 1,000 words. This is just an rough estimate. It's not an exact thing. In vocabulo insula, 6 literae et 3 syllabae sunt. In the word island, or insula specifically, right? There are 6 letters and 3 syllables. So 6 letters is easy enough, but if you don't know what syllables are, they are parts of the word that are kind of easy to pronounce on their own. Typically, in Latin, you would have at least a vowel. You might have vowel plus a consonant. You might have consonant, vowel, consonant, or something like that. But here is how we break insula down into the syllabus. Syllaba prima, in, the first syllable, in. Secunda, su, second, su. Tertia, la, the third, la. So those are the 3 syllables. If you have 2 consonants in a row, the syllable will usually split in between those 2 consonants, unless they go closely together like tr or pl or something like that. Those are called consonant blends, and you just treat them as one. If there's only one consonant in between the 2 vowels, then you would split so that the consonant goes with the following vowel, as we see with la. The L is going with the A that follows, not with the U of su, right? So again, if you have 2 or more consonants, you usually split in between them as in and su, right? We're splitting between the N and the S. But again, if there's only one, like in the L on the last syllable there, la, you want to put that with the following vowel, not with the vowel before it. Okay, continuing. In vocabulo non sunt 3 literae et una syllaba. In the word known, there are 3 letters and 1 syllable. So known is consonant, vowel, consonant. Just as a reminder, the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, and then in Latin you also have Y as a vowel. Y is never a consonant in Latin. Quid est tres? What is 3? Tres numerus Romanus est. Tres is a Roman number. Gamma quid est? Gamma, what is it? Gamma littera Graeca est. Gamma is a Greek letter. Num que littera Graeca est. Surely C isn't a Greek letter. Non litera graeca se litera latina es que. Not a Greek letter, but a Latin letter is C. In other words, C is not a Greek letter, but a Latin letter. Esne B litera prima. Is B the first letter? B non litera prima, sed secunda est. B is not the first letter, but the second. Quid est non? What is non? Non est vocabulum Latinum. Non is a Latin word. Non, sed, magnus, numerus, vocabula Latina sunt. Non, sed, magnus, numerus are Latin words. Vocabulum, quoque vocabulum Latinum est. Vocabulum is also a Latin word. So that was just kind of a little silly joke there at the end. Of course, vocabulum is a Latin word, and it means word. All right, so that concludes Capitulum Primum, Chapter 1. Hope you've learned a few things in this last lesson. Volete!